Good day to you. This is Owen McCafferty. I'm speaking on behalf of Professional Fusion. In one of our last videos, we talked about insurance coverages for personalty and just started to go through the difference between personalty and realty. I promised you in that video that we talk about casualty coverages for your practice, and I'd like to continue on the casualty type coverages. When you assume a liability, then you become at risk. The purpose of insurance is to pay someone to transfer the risk between you as the insurer and the insurer who would receive premiums. Casualty coverages are basically liability style coverages. One example would be that someone is bitten by a pet in your practice and they sue the practice. That's a casualty coverage. It's not your property that's damaged, but it is a liability that someone is trying to impose on you for payment. Insurance transfers that risk of payment from you to the insurance company that steps in your shoes and defends you and possibly defends the coverage that they have. That's an example of what a liability would be. Another example of a liability would be that a client is coming into your practice, or in dentistry or dermatology, a patient is coming into your practice, slips and falls and hurts themselves. They sue you. The insurance company provides you with indemnification so that they will pay any sort of costs of defense or of any awards or payments. That's an example of a liability. A third example might be an Employers' Practices Act issue. Perhaps you deny an employee the right to practice their theology. Maybe you require them to work on a day that they themselves, because of their theology, can't. You are required to make accommodation if the employee decides to sue you because of unreasonableness or some sort of deficiency on your part. Then you have to make good on that. That becomes an example of a liability. Further example might be an Employer Practices Act where someone alleges that you did something that you didn't do. You still have to defend yourself. So an employee may allege that there was discrimination or maybe malfeasance on the part of somebody in the practice, and that employee then decides to sue the practice. You yourself may not be a party at risk, but an employee under the master-servant relationship could put the practice in jeopardy. Employers' Practices Act insurance assists in this. There are some coverages that are basically protection of income. They aren't property coverages, they aren't casualty coverages, but they are coverages that you may want to talk with your property and casualty agent about. One would be a situation where the property and casualty agent would sell you a property that in the event of a catastrophe, there would be a protection of income to ensure that you could continue to pay your employees, honor your obligations, even though the premises won't allow you to practice. Liability coverage is a protection against other people causing or alleging that you are responsible either personally or through your practice entity. All of these different coverages require discussion with the classic, competent, and intentionally detailed insurance agent that you engage. Don't always look at premium as the guiding factor in choosing the agent. Look at their competency in understanding the perils and the risks that you assume as a practicing doctor in either veterinary medicine, dentistry, or dermatology. We can go on for a long time on different types of coverages. Let's just say that an insurance agent will have designed and engineered a policy that will meet the specific needs that you have in terms of your risks. And I would strongly encourage you to interview the agent, not only for the premium, but more importantly for the competency. With that in mind, this is Owen McCafferty. I'd like to say thank you, and we'll be talking in the future about some property coverages for your real estate. Thank you.